December 15th, 1900, three seasoned men swallowed by the sea air. The Flannan Isles, a remote, craggy archipelago off Scotland's west coast, were known for little else but their unforgiving winds and the lighthouse that stood sentinel on Eilean Moor. A beacon of hope for sailors, a lonely post for its keepers. But that winter, something profound, something terrifying, extinguished that hope. Three men were on duty: Thomas Marshall, James Juket, and Donald MacArthur. Experienced, reliable, each having served their time in the isolated world of lighthouse keeping. Their relief ship, the Hesperus, was due on December 20th. They never made it to that day. The first sign of trouble wasn't a distress call, it was an absence. The lighthouse, a reliable star in the dark, simply wasn't lit. The passing steamer, Archdor, noted it on December 15th and reported it 5 days later to the Northern Lighthouse Board. When the Hesperus finally arrived on December 26th, delayed by fierce storms, the relief keeper, Joseph Moore, felt an immediate chill. No flag was flying, no supply box was out, and most unnerving, no one was there to greet them. Moore disembarked alone, a heavy silence hanging in the air, broken only by the shriek of gulls and the roar of the waves. He climbed the 160 steps to the lighthouse door. It was unlocked. A meal sat half-eaten on the table, a chilling tableau. The beds were unmade, a clock had stopped, and 2 sets of oilskins were missing. But the third, belonging to Donald MacArthur, a notoriously meticulous keeper, was still hanging on its peg. Why would MacArthur venture out into a gale without his oilskins? The official investigation, led by Robert Muirhead, superintendent of the Northern Lighthouse Board, began. Muirhead knew the keepers personally, which only deepened his perplexity. He scoured every inch of the island, searching for clues. He found extensive storm damage on the west landing, where equipment was stored. Iron railings were bent, a supply box smashed, and a massive rock, weighing over a ton, had been displaced. The power of the recent storm was undeniable. The logbook, however, told a stranger story. The last entry, dated December 15th, spoke of a severe gale, never seen such a storm. Yet the mainland weather records showed no such extreme conditions in the area on that precise date. Furthermore, the entries before the last one mentioned Juket being very quiet and Marshall crying. Were these signs of distress, a premonition, or something entirely different? The logbook offered more questions than answers. One popular theory suggests a rogue wave or series of waves swept the men away. Marshall and Juket might have gone to secure equipment on the west landing, a common duty during a storm. MacArthur, seeing them in peril, rushed to their aid, forgetting his oilskins in the haste. This theory accounts for the missing oilskins, the storm damage, and the sudden disappearance. The force of such a wave would be immense, capable of carrying 3 men out to sea without a trace. It's a plausible, if tragic, explanation. But other theories abound. Some whisper of madness, brought on by the isolation. Could one keeper have snapped, attacking the others, then leaping to his own watery grave? The unusual logbook entries fuel this darker speculation. Then there's the idea of a giant sea monster, a creature of myth, dragging the men into the depths. Or perhaps foreign spies, a clandestine operation resulting in their abduction. These, of course, verge into the realm of pure fantasy, but the lack of answers breeds such tales. One theory even suggests a lifeboat from a passing ship, perhaps in distress, took the men off the island. But why would the lighthouse then be left unlit and their belongings untouched? This feels less likely, adding more questions than it answers. The official conclusion remains presumed drowned. The sea, a constant presence in their lives, ultimately claimed them. Yet the persistent anomalies, the logbook, the mainland weather, the specific details within the lighthouse, continue to haunt. The mystery of Eilean Moor has inspired poems, songs, and even films. It's a chilling reminder of humanity's vulnerability against the raw power of nature and the impenetrable secrets the ocean can hold. The lighthouse on Eilean Moor is now automated, its human keepers a distant memory. But their story, their unexplained vanishing, ensures that a part of them, a chilling whisper from the past, forever echoes across those windswept Scottish Isles. Next, uncover the truth behind the Mary Celeste's ghostly voyage.